In this country, the Conservative Party is scrambling to get back on course after losing the election and yesterday losing its leader. Andrew Scheer said he resigned for family reasons, but then it emerged Conservative Party funds were being used to help pay his kids' private school fees. As rumors swirl about who inside the party made the decision about that and who might take the fall for it, the jockeying for who takes over from Scheer is underway. Michael Couture has the latest developments from Ottawa. Mike?
Well, Donna, it's been barely 24 hours since the leadership race was unofficially launched, and already Ontario MP Aaron O'Toole has said he's running, and we expect that list to grow.
I'm considering it.
Over the Christmas season, I'll certainly take it under consideration.
You know, people are talking about me, that's it, that's all.
Let the jockeying begin. Conservatives considering a run at the party leadership have already started testing the waters. There are clear candidates like Michael Chong. He ran and lost in 2017, but thinks this time could be different.
I believe in marriage equality. I believe in women's reproductive rights. I marched in the Toronto Pride Parade. I believe in those things, but we're also a big tent party.
Meaning they need someone who can appeal to social conservatives who have a strong voice in the party. So, who can continue to unite the right? Well, former Conservative Minister Peter MacKay was rumored to be organizing even during the election campaign. And while former Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall took his hat out of the ring, he threw his support behind someone else, tweeting, "I'm hopeful that Rona Ambrose decides to be a candidate." Ambrose isn't commenting, but this strategist says changing the leader isn't as important as changing the Conservatives.
You have to understand where future voters' heads are, and that's on the environment and issues of how they live their lives, affordability, and they want you to have a more mature approach to values and Canadian life.
And while some focus on the next leader, we're learning more about what led to the departure of their last one. Immediately after the election, MPs like Gérald Deltel were blunt with Scheer, telling him he had to go.
You're a good man, and I don't want to see you being destroyed in the next few months because there is no chance that you can win the review vote in Toronto.
Those types of conversations, plus the Global News report that the Conservative Party was helping to pay the private school tuition for Scheer's school-aged children, is ultimately what led to him quitting on Thursday. So now the party will have to look at the process of electing a new leader. The last leadership campaign took 19 months, but with a minority government, the Conservatives can't afford to wait that long. Donna?
All right, Michael Couture in Ottawa, thanks. Well, it's not clear who made the decision to use Conservative Party money to help pay those school fees for Andrew Scheer's kids, but someone might be taking the fall for it. Our Ottawa Bureau Chief Mercedes Stephenson joins me now. Mercedes, what have you found out?
Well, Donna, the blame game is on, and a move to fire the party's executive director, Dustin Van Voot. He is the person who put out the statement yesterday saying that he had approved the expenses for Andrew Scheer's school-aged children's private school tuition. The Conservative Fund, multiple sources tell me, a very powerful part of the party that holds the purse strings, that includes people like Stephen Harper on the board, told Van Voot that he was done today. He could not stay in the job, according to multiple sources. But tonight it appears there's a war inside the party, with some elements refusing to acknowledge the fund's ability to do that, saying it's not constitutional, and someone else in the party, like Andrew Scheer, the leader, would have to be the one to make the choice. It shows you that this civil war is still going on inside the Conservative Party, raging as we speak. We sat down with Michelle Rempel, she's a senior member of caucus, to ask her what she thought, because caucus is publicly supporting the leader, but if she thought that these expenses were appropriate. Here's what she said.
I think as public servants, we always have to be very careful about perception in using funds for personal expenses. I'm certainly very careful with that.
Mercedes, what's she saying about whether she's one of the people who might want to try for the top job as leader of the Conservative Party?
Yeah, she's one of the names that's been out there, Donna. A lot of people out in Calgary in particular who would like to see her run. She's a very vocal proponent for the Conservatives, and she's not been afraid to criticize her own party. I asked her if she'd be willing to put her name on the ballot. Here's what she told me.
There's a lot of women who automatically self-deselect in situations like this, so I won't do that. But I also am not going to start speculating when we're so fresh out of the gates, if you will.
So not taking herself out of the running, Donna, not putting herself in either. Seems like a lot of Conservatives have one foot in and one foot out today as they jockey for position and decide who will actually run.
All right, Mercedes Stephenson in Ottawa, thanks.